number 9 in Core Java Part 1. So slowly, we are increasing the number of classes, and I hope that you're getting familiarized with Java programming with our day-to-day learning. Okay, so with this, let's start our class 9. Today's class is going to be, I can say it's not very tough. Okay, it looks very easy, but there are a few points that you should be very well aware of so that you can play around and you have very good grasp or the knowledge on this particular topic. By the way, this topic will come into our day-to-day programming because as part of our bigger projects, we'll be having so many classes, interfaces, abstract classes, enums, annotations, etc., etc. So all these things will be coming as part of our bigger projects. So we are learning programming to actually write big projects. So in those cases, okay, this topic would come into handy, and we can show our expertise if we are very good in understanding today's topic. Okay, so let me write the agenda. I have already written the topic over here. I've already written the heading over here. So let's see what is the topic for today. What is the topic for today? It is multiple classes. Okay, so very simple topic, multiple classes. Today, our agenda is all around the multiple classes, all around the multiple classes. So till now, let me go to Mercy 2025. Let me go to Mercy 2025. So we have multiple classes. We have all these are the multiple classes that we have written till now. Okay, all these are the multiple classes that we have written till now. The point is every Java file, you take any file. Let me take the SIB3 that was done yesterday. The point is when you take a particular Java file, it has only a single class in it. It has only a single class in it. You can see SIB3. There are no multiple classes. So then you can ask a question, sir, can we write more than one class in one particular Java file? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. So we'll be dealing about that right now. Okay. So instead of writing everything in this folder, what I want to do is I want to create a new folder. So I'd like to say right click, new. Maybe I will call it as multiple classes. Okay. I have created a new folder called multiple classes. So now, now let me take and try to write, try to write without even writing any theory. I want to jump right away into writing the code for today. So I'd like to say new file, language. I'm selecting as Java. So here, here, let me say class. Maybe I would call my class as Mercy class 1. Okay. I'd like to call my class as Mercy class 1. Open parenthesis, closed parenthesis. Let me try to write public static void main. Okay. And then string array of arguments. Okay. So I open the parenthesis and close the parenthesis. I have written a main method. I've written a main method, and quickly I just want to write some system.out.println statement dot out dot println statement, and I want to print I want to print something like this. Copy. I want to print from Mercy class 1. Okay. So from Mercy class 1, and where in Mercy class 1 it is the main method. Okay, so I've written the Mercy class 1 main method. I'm printing this from the Mercy class 1 main method, which is all good. This is just a simple my first program. Okay, so let me copy the class name and try to save this file, save as, and I want to save it in multiple classes folder. Yes, yes. So here I go. So I have saved as my class one dot Java. My class one dot Java. So let me bring this down. My class one dot Java. I have saved it as my class one dot Java, which is very fine. Now, what do I need to do? Maybe I'd like to say cmd, which gives me the command prompt. I opened the command prompt. Let me maximize the thing and say Java C class name dot Java. So when I do this, what happens internally? There should be a dot class file that got generated. So let me run this. I'll say Java my class one. When I do this, I got from my class Mercy class one main method. Okay, we are very good till now. We are very good till now. Because why are we good till now? It is because the program that we have written till now is just the program that we have been discussing since day one. Okay. Now what is our topic for today? What is our topic for today? It is multiple classes, right? It is multiple classes, right? But in this class, in Mercy class or in this file, I've written only one class. I have written only one class. Only one class. Let me try to write one more class. Okay. Let me try to write one more class. So instead of writing in a new file, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do the same. I'm taking two, I'm taking two class files. Now, I just copied everything from line number 6 to 1, and then I just pasted it over here. So instead of my class 1, I would like to call it as my class 2. Okay, like to call it as my class 2, and I want to make it as my class 2, which is very good, which is very good. I'm saving this Control S. I want to do one thing. I want to do one thing. I want to remove or delete this dot class file. Now, we don't have anything. We just have a Java file that we have created just now. I want to compile this once more. I want to compile this once more. So what is the command? So Java C Mercy class one dot Java. So when I compile this, when I compile this, when I compile this, what happens? By the way, we have two classes in this dot class in this dot Java file, right? Let's see what happens in the folder structure. And to our surprise, there are two files that got generated. There are two files that got generated, my class one and my class two. So the important point is when there is a .java file, if it has multiple classes in it, then that many dot class files will be generated individually. That many dot class files will be generated individually. Then you can ask, sir, I want to, I want to run this. So I want to run this Mercy class one. Mercy class one. When you run, you will be running the class file individually. So that is why you are getting Mercy class one. If you want to see the output of whatever has been written in my class 2, you have to run the my class 2 dot class file. So what is that? Java C. Give me a second. It is my class 2. Copy Java C my class 2 dot Java. So when I do this, Mercy class 2 dot Java. File not found. Mercy class 2. Oh, sorry. Fine. We have already compiled it. Now we have to run this, right? Sorry, we have to run this. So the command is Java class name. So you should remove this dot class extension when I say enter. Now you can see the output is my from Mercy class to main method. Mercy class to main method. So important point is we can have multiple classes in a single Java file. And if we compile that Java file, then we have that many number of dot class files generated, which are present in that Java file, that dot Java file. And to see the output of whatever is written in a particular class, we have to run that particular dot class file. We have to run that particular dot class file. I think we are very clear till now. So let's try to take some notes from whatever we have learned till this point. Whatever we have learned till this point. But before I write the notes, I want to write a few pointers of what is the purpose of, or maybe what are we trying to learn as part of this session. So first I'll say purpose of multiple classes. So we'll be seeing what is the purpose of multiple classes, what is the purpose of multiple classes, and the other thing is we will see declare, or maybe I'll just say how to declare multiple classes. So we have just seen that, and how to access, we will be seeing how to access the members of one class file from another of members of one class file from another class file. What do I say by members? Members means methods and variables. Okay, I'll say members means this we have seen already. Members, class members means methods and variables. We have spoken about what is method, we have spoken about what is a variable, etc., etc. All these things we'll be seeing. And what is the purpose of multiple classes, right? What is the purpose of multiple classes? In our project, if we have to write everything into a single .java file, will Java not accept that? Actually, Java as a programming language says, okay, you write whatever in your class, I don't care. But we as good programmers, we as good students need to follow a few rules. Okay, there are many principles, there are many patterns, there are many design principles, etc., etc., which actually speaks about the decoupling or re-engineering, refactoring. There are many other things, maintaining. There are many points where they want you to write as many methods as possible, as many classes as possible, right? So in such a case, we have to have the support for having multiple classes. Java supports multiple classes. Java encourages programmers to club their functionality into a particular class, and even in that class you have multiple methods so that the readability would increase a lot. So in a way, what I want to say is the purpose of having multiple classes is easy to maintain and easy to read. And as a Java programmer, it is a fair practice to have as many classes as possible. Okay, so this is the reason why we take all our writings of the code into multiple classes and then club them or arrange them in the proper way. There are packages, okay, there is inheritance, there are various other things that we'll be learning as we grow in the number of classes that we have as part of this course. But just for now, you think that having multiple classes means you can easily maintain it and you can easily read that code. Okay, so so here these are the things that we'll be learning as part of our today's class. But what have we already learned by writing this program, that I want to just describe over here and to just describe over here. So first important point is class can be, I'll say, can be a part of .java file. Okay, class can be a part of .java file. Yes, in .java file, even if we do not have anything, it is fine. But class should be present inside this .java file. This is a very important point. And now another point is that we have already seen a .java file can have multiple classes. Okay, multiple classes. Now, you can ask me a question, sir, in a .java file, you said I can have multiple classes. Are there any other things that I can have as part of my .java file? Are there any other thing that I can have as part of my .java file? So I can say, or maybe let's even not write this. I can say a .java file can have multiple. First one is classes. Okay, we can have multiple classes in it. What else can can we have in the .java file? What else can we have in the .java file? I can say interfaces. Okay, what is interface? If you do not know, that is fine. We have a separate class for that. Don't worry about it. So let's say what else can we have? What else can we have? We can have enums. Okay, what else we can have? What else we can have? Abstract classes. Okay, abstract classes. And what else we can have? We can have annotations. Okay, we can have annotations. So a .java file can not just have classes, but it can also have multiple interfaces or enums or abstract class or annotation or a combination of all these things Okay, that's fine. So in theory, all this is good. Can we see all this in action? Why not? Let's do that. Why not? Let's do that. So I want to take a new file. Maybe I will call it as Mercy class 2. I'd like to call it as Mercy class 2. Okay, Mercy class 2. The language is Java. Okay, so I'd like to say class Mercy class 2, open parenthesis, close parenthesis. So I'd like to say public static void main. And in this main method, we should say string array of args. Okay, open parenthesis and then close parenthesis, which is very good. We are able to do something over here. Now, I told you that we can have what? We can have multiple classes. So let me try to write one more class. Class Mercy class Mercy class 2. I'll say new. Okay. So I would like to have Mercy class 2 underscore new. Okay, which is fine. This is a new class file. So I want to write that it can have enum, right? So what is the next one? It can have an interface. I'll say interface Mercy class. I'll say Mercy class interface. Okay, Mercy class interface. I open my parenthesis and close my parenthesis, which is fine, And then enum, right? I can say enum Mercy class 2 enum. Okay, so I open my parenthesis and then close my parenthesis. I can have an enum and I can have an abstract class. I'll say abstract class Mercy class 2 abstract class. Okay, I can have an abstract class. Okay, I can have an abstract class. So one last thing is annotation. Maybe I can say, how do we declare annotation? There is a little bit special declaration for an annotation, by the way. So how do we declare is something that you need to actually concentrate on. Here for an annotation, we need to have an @symbol. So I can say interface 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 I can say Mercy I'll say annotation. Okay, annotation, open and then close parenthesis. Okay, we are very good. How many we have? One is the main class, which is, and then we have a class, we have an interface, we have an enum, we have an abstract class, we have an annotation, all these things. Okay, so now without any delay, I want to run this program. Okay, so let me just say Control S. I want to save this .java. Yes, I'm able to save this and it is saved in multiple classes Mercy2 folder. Okay, so here we go. Multiple classes, Mercy2 folder. Yes, we are able to save this. We are able to save this. Now, what I want to do is, open Canva. It takes a lot of my. Sorry. Okay, so I'll say Java C, Java C. Okay, so I'd like to say Java C, Java C. Wait, let me come to the middle so that people can view it better. Here we go. I'll say my class 2 or Mercy class 2 Java C, Mercy class 2 dot Java. So when I do this, I don't have any compilation problem. But now I want to see something that is like a magic. Now you can see we have a dot class file for Mercy class 2. Okay, new. We have a dot class file for an interface. We have a dot class file for an enum. We have a dot class file for annotation. We have it for abstract class and we have it for the main class also. The point that I wanted to actually tell you is for everything that I have mentioned over here, be it a class or an interface or an enum or an abstract class or an annotation, be it anything, internally, when you compile, whatever is present in a .java file, we have one dot class file that gets generated internally. Dot class file that gets generated internally. Sir, what is present in this dot class file? I think I have already opened it and shown it to you. Okay, it has some encrypted what do you call that, text in it, and we cannot understand it. Who understands that? That is understood by Java compiler. Okay, that is understood by Java compiler. So let's not break our head of what is this, but understand that this is how Java works internally. For every type that I have mentioned over here, a new .java file will get generated. There is one famous interview question as well, that if I have an interface, okay, what if I compile, what file will be generated? Answer should be a dot class file. Okay. Many students, I still remember, they say a new file called dot interface file will get generated. That is not true. Few people will say when you compile a enum, what file will be generated? So people will say dot enum file will be generated. No, it's not like that. For anything, a new dot class file only will be generated. And for that proof, we have already seen the ones that are generated just now that are generated just now. So let's write this very important point. Okay, let's write this very important point. What is that? What is that? Individual dot class file will be generated for each of the above when we compile the .java file. Okay, so when we compile the .java file, we see that each of it will be created. Yeah, okay. So when we compile the .java file, we will be seeing or we'll be getting one dot class file, one individual dot class file for every what do you call class or interface or enum or abstract class or annotation. This is very, very important point. And generally, this question is asked in different ways to confuse the students. But I think now you are in a position to actually answer it well. Okay, answer it well. Now we already know one more point also. What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? Uh, just give me a second. Yeah. So an individual dot class file will be generated for all the things that I have mentioned previously or above. So the another point is we have already seen this. We have already seen this. We need to use a specific dot class file to run to get it executed. So one .java file, which means only one compilation is enough to compile everything over here. But if you want to run any specific enum or interface or class or abstract class or annotation, we need to use the specific .class file. We need to use the specific .class file. Okay, this is something that we have seen because in the first program itself, we were able to run only a particular dot class because there were two dot class files that were generated. So maybe what I would like to do is I want to play a little bit about the class, or I can say I want to play around with the class or with the information, and then maybe if there is anything, let's try to add a few more points in today's class. Let's try to add a few more points. So what I'd like to do is, I would like to just take a few things that we have already learned as part of our previous sessions. So I'd like to take language, say Java. So what do I want to take? I'd like to say class Mercy class 3. Okay, I have taken Mercy class 3. Okay, I have taken Mercy class 3. So here, open parenthesis, close parenthesis. Okay, curly bracket. Okay, I can say open curly bracket, close curly bracket. So I'd like to say public static void main. Okay, and then string array of arguments. So when I open and close the curly braces, so here, here, in the Mercy class 3, I want to even take one more, which is this is Mercy class 3, right? I'd like to take it as in the first Java file. What we have done is we have taken Mercy class 1 and 2, right? So here I want to take it as 3 and 4. Okay, so I'd like to say 3 and 4. So I'd like to say 3 and 4. Okay, sir, this is very good. This is very good. So let me try to write one thing in this main method. So that is system dot out dot println. So I'd like to say my class 3 main method. I'd like to say from Mercy class 3 main method. Okay, so I'd like to print the same thing over here also. Now this is very easy. Yes, this is from Mercy class 4. Okay, this is very good. We have seen the first program just like this only. I'd like to add a few things. So what I want to do is, uh, maybe let me take one static variable. I'd like to call it as static int count. Okay, I want to make the count as 10. Very simple. I want to make the count as 10. So what I want to do is I want to access this count variable. I want to print what is there in this count variable. Okay, so I would like to say something like this. Copy, and then let me see if I can print the count variable or not. If I can print the count variable or not. Count equal to plus. Okay, yeah, very simple. I've taken one count variable, and that is a static variable. and I'm printing that count variable. So without any delay, let's try to save this one, copy. So I'd like to say Control S, and then I would like to paste it inside this. Can I compile this? Let's do it. Okay, so let's do it. And let's say Java C Mercy class 3 Java. Yes, I'm able to compile it. There is no problem. Java Mercy class 3. And you can see the count is coming as 10, which is very good, because we have seen this program even in our previous sections also. Now here I want to take one more variable. So I want to take one more variable. Maybe I will call that variable name as value. Okay, let me call that variable name as value. Yes, we have a value of 20. I want to print what is the value of value. So I'd like to say copy and then paste it, So here, as part of my Mercy class 4, what I want to do is I want to print the value of value. Okay, it is present inside. Value is nothing but the static variable that we have taken in Mercy class. Let me quickly compile this. So I'll say up arrow, and when I say up arrow, yes, I'm able to compile this, and again up arrow. So I'd like to run Mercy class 3. And when I say enter, you can see Mercy class 3, but I want to print class 4, right? Yeah. So when I do this, the value is 20, and here it is Mercy class 4 main method. Very simple, very simple. This we have seen already. So, sir, you have taken static variables, right? We understand it. Now let's do the same, exercise with some methods. Okay. So it's some methods. What I do is I'd like to say static, 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 int, get. I have written a method called get count. Okay. So I've written a method called get count, and it just returns me. Return. It is returning me. Let's say what is the count value? Maybe I would like to say 15. It is returning me a value of 15. A value of 15. So here, what I would like to do is from get count Mercy class 3 dot get count, or I can say get count. Okay, so I just printed this. This is the get count method. Now the same static method, maybe I'd like to add in the Mercy class 4. What I want to do is I want to add a get value. Okay, I'd like to add a get value method. So here I'm just pasting it as the get value method, and the value, maybe I'm making it as 25. I really do not want to play around the values that we are returning, but I just want to have this. So here in the main methods, I want to print this one also. So get count. So when I say get count, I have to call the get count method, right? This we have seen in our previous classes. I have to call the get count method. So here I'd like to call the get count method. So I'm printing the get count method, and then I'm also trying to do the same thing for get value. Copy. I'd like to say where is get value? This is get value. So I'm just saying get value, and then get value. So I did not do anything extra. What I did is I have taken two static methods. One is get count and the other is get value. Get count is in class 3, get value is in class 4. What I did is I just tried to print the get value method in class 4 itself, and I wanted to print the get count method in the class 3 itself. Without any delay, let's try to compile this and see what the output is. I'd like to maybe I will be having Java C. So we don't have any compilation issue. So let's try to Let's try to run my class 3, Mercy class 3. You can see this is from the main method, the count we are printing, and we are getting the get count method also. And then get count is 15. I would like to see how the output behaves. See how the output behaves. I'd like to paste it over here just for the reference. So this is Mercy class 3 main method. Yes, Mercy class 3 main method from here. And then I'm trying to print the count. Count is 10. And this is getting printed Mercy class 3 get count method. Yes, why is this getting printed? Because you are calling this get count over here in the system.out.println statement. So get count is actually returning you the value of 15. Okay, so this you should be very well versed of. Now I'd like to run my Mercy class 4 as well. So Java Mercy class 4, and let's see. So again, it's the same. It is from the Mercy class 4 main method, and the value is 20. Mercy class. Okay, I think we did not do it in the proper way. So it is get value. Is this get count? Yeah, this is get value. This is get count, by the way. This is the get value, and get value we are calling it from the get value of Mercy class 4, and the get value. What is it returning? It is returning a value of 25. Very simple. Very simple. Okay, we are able to actually crack the things. We are able to play around with a method. We are able to play around with a static variables. Now, sir, one last thing. All this is intuitive. I'm able to understand all these things. Why are we writing this much program? Is there any relation between this Mercy class 3 and Mercy class 4? Can I, if you have a doubt, can I access this count variable or get count method in Mercy class 4? Or can I access get value or the value inside Mercy class 3? Can I do that, sir? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. So how do we do it? How do you do it is something like this. So let me copy this line and then paste it over here. And I'd like to say equal to just a separation. So here, what I want to do is I want to access my value or a value and the get value. Value is a static variable and get value is a static method. I want to access these two in my new class, which is Mercy class 3. Can I do it? Can I do it? Let's do it. Let's do it. I want to copy these. I want to copy these, to copy these, and to copy these. So here the point is inside Mercy class 3, we don't have the value defined. It is present inside the Mercy class 4, right? But sir, you are saying we can still access. How do we access? We can access in this way. The class name dot member name. Member name here it's the variable name. And again here class name dot class name dot the method name. So in this way, we can access the my class 4 members in my class 3 also. Oh, this is nice, sir. Can we compile this? Can we compile this and see if it works? Why not? Let's do that. Let's do that. I would like to compile this my class 3.java. And yes, there is no problem. I want to run this. I have to run this my class 3. I have to run this my class 3. And you can see this. You can see this. We are having the dotted lines. We are having the dotted lines that we have introduced, and we are getting the value. We are getting the value from where? From the my class 3. And then we get value. We are getting the get value, and we are getting the get value is 25. So from my class 3 get value, let's go here. From my class 3, yeah. So by the way, this should be my class 4. Okay, it's just a mistake. We can just correct it. So this is my class 4 get value. The point is I'm able to access the static variable and I'm able to access the static method also. So one last experiment is let's try to do the same by calling the members of my class 3 from my class 4. My class 3 from my class 4. So we just go till up. Now I have to paste something like this. So here I want to call it with my class 3. I want to call the count. I want to call the count. I want to call the count and then get count. Get count. So copy, then paste, and that's it. Okay, we are getting the Mercy class 3 and we are calling the static variable. We are calling the static method. Very simple. I'd like to save this. I would like to compile this. Okay, so I'll just say okay, I'd like to copy this. And this is the compilation part. We don't have any problem. So like we want to run Mercy class 4 right now. So we want to run Mercy class 4 right now to see if we are able to access the Mercy class 3, the Mercy class 3 items or not. So after the dotted lines, we are able to get the value as 10. We are able to get this as get count and we are getting the get value as 15. So simple thing is what I wanted to demonstrate as part of this program is we can have static members in a particular class. We can have multiple classes in a particular Java file, right? We can have or we can access the members of one class from another class. But if you want to access a static member of one class from another class, you can access it by its class name, by its class name. Very simple, very simple. Let's try to take this notes as well. Let's try to take this notes as well. Let me open my notes over here and say this is very important point. What is that point, by the way? What is that point, by the way? How to access static members. How to access static members? There are two ways. There are two ways. There are two ways. One is directly using their name, or I can say the static member name. Okay, directly using the static member name. Okay, so what is the other way? What is the other way? The other way is by using class name. Okay, by using class name. Example is I'll just say class or syntax is class name dot I'd like to say member name. Okay, the same thing that we have seen, the same thing that we have seen. So important point to be noted here is if we are accessing one static member that belong to a different class, we can access using, how do we access? It is class name dot member name. It is class name dot member name. Very simple, very simple. So with this, whatever we tried to learn for today, I think we have already fulfilled that. So we have seen how to access the members from one class file to another class file. We have seen what are members are member methods and variables. So this was the agenda that I had for today's class. Give me a second. Today's class, and I think we have successfully fulfilled whatever we tried to learn as part of our today's session.